and welcome to another random battle replay cast. And today I'm gonna feature a ship I didn't feature yet on my channel. I unlocked it now for quite a while, but didn't play it too often since I was a bit occupied with testing Jean Bart and Bourgogne. But now I had a good game in the Daring, which covers everything you need to know about the Daring at all. The title says it. It's again a close game. But back to that later. So what's the deal with the Daring? Well, it continues the whole concept of the line, which is basically being a DD hunter. And yeah, when it comes to the build, you have to make some sacrifices. And yeah, let's go over the stats first. So you have 6 140mm guns with a really high rate of fire, I think below 3 seconds. I'm not exactly sure. Of course, I'm running the reload module on it. You have a short duration smoke, you have 6km concealment, 10km 5x launchers, no, double 5x launchers, 10km torps, which hit decently hard. Good AP, because the Jutland and the Daring have the penetration angles of a Minotaur, for example, so yeah. But it's also where you have to make this, how can I say it, this decision. So are you going for IFHE or are you going for RPF? Why would you go for IFHE? Because the damage you do would be a bit limited with the HE, because you can't even penetrate like bow-on tanking or bow-on sailing destroyers if they are smart, if they avoid getting hit by the AP of your ship, and the HE won't penetrate them reliably except for the superstructure. And hit a DD in close quarters on the superstructure isn't that easy, and it will be saturated at some point. So I figured for myself the best versatility brings IFHE, and I skipped RPF, even though RPF is probably, if Daring gets or is used in clan battles ever, then probably RPF is the better choice. But then you're like, I'm not sure if the Daring has its place then. That's the biggest thing. Alright, yeah. Also you have access to a heal, which is of course always helpful if you're on a destroyer that is countering enemy destroyers, that's for sure. Talking of countering enemy destroyers, the enemy Yu Yang has radar, because the only radar ship in this matchup is the Cleveland, and he is 13 kilometers away from me. So, won't hit me at all. So after getting undetected, the radar ran out, and now I'm making my way towards the Yu Yang, because he's practically helpless. Since they nerfed the Yu Yang, yeah, firepower of the ship, I don't know, for whatever reasons. I'm still confused why that happened. I'm engaging him again. He burst out. He has no smoke, of course. He can't torp me, so he's practically useless. If I would have been in the Yu Yang's choice, I wouldn't even have tried to cap out, because his support is also too far away. He should have left this cap already. If you're in a radar Yu Yang, the goal that you have is basically to yeah, light up the destroyer for yourself and not necessarily shoot by yourself. That's the biggest issue. And now he sits behind this island. That was, by the way, in the first place why I went wide and not behind the island, to just yeah, intercept ships that or a destroyer that goes behind the island. That's basically it, why I chose the wider approach. You also can go in here. I could have done this in this game actually, because there was only one radar ship, but if there are a lot of radar ships, I won't recommend to sit behind this island. At some point it's hard to get out of here sometimes. I mean, it's random battles, okay, it's harder in actual clan battles, for example, but still it's a problem. So yeah, as I said, you just simply waited too long, and now he's paying the price for it. he literally stands no chance with his setup there, especially without the smoke. So nice attempt there, but way too aggressive for its purpose, and yeah, didn't play the radar Yu Young setup correctly in my opinion. You have to simply play a bit more cautious, especially now when the Yu Young got nerfed. It's definitely not an enjoyable ship anymore. Now, I wouldn't say completely unenjoyable, but it really, I don't know what Wargaming was thinking actually. So, but I don't want to like discover this whole topic again. So I'm pummeling the Cleveland a bit. Getting rid of the only radar is definitely a good choice, and he completely overextended. I don't know why my team up here even let him go that close, because that was quite surprising actually. And he didn't realize that he was probably alone, because his battleships just stopped. So that's, by the way, also naturally not how you want to play the Cleveland in the open and so on. I used the island as cover to get undetected. The Cleveland should burn down, and that's kill number 2 for me. Alright, so far it looks good. My team is also doing quite well. That's one of these games where I say, yeah, okay, maybe I can get some additional damage, so I'm going for kills on the battleships here. This should be easy doable. That's what was my thought process. Repu thinks twice of going in. Now I see that he turns away, so I skip torping and will definitely smoke up sooner or later. Yeah, it's like... yeah, it doesn't bring anything to the table if I throw my torps there. I mean, I could torp like in this path here, where I'm aiming now. Would be an option, but still pretty unreliable, and the torp reload on the Daring is not one of its strengths. The penetration of the 140 mils with IFHG is, I think, sufficient to damage 25mm of armor, so you have no issues with cruisers. But of course battleships are covered at least in 32mm, so you are reduced to shoot the superstructure. And that's what I'm basically doing here. The fire chance, of course, is pretty nice, like on most British destroyers. Okay, of course, when I'm talking about it, I don't get a fire, but yeah. I'm doing quite some damage. And yeah. Didn't pay attention when the smoke ran out. But once again, I'm using the island as cover. The Monarch will have shots on me, yep, exactly. But now the heal comes in handy. And it's fine. So I'm just sitting behind the island. I think the Repu is occupied with the lion there, and therefore I shouldn't have any issues. He's making his way and retreating. Alright, so I'm undetected again. Used all of my smokes again, which is of course not so cool, but yeah, well, it helps the survivability quite a bit. So now I'm searching for good top opportunities actually, and this Iowa seems to be us pushing into us, or it seems to want to push into us, whatever. So that's 3 battleships alone on this side, and I think my team should have a good time then at sea, I guess. Still figuring how I would approach on with the torpedoes. I'm not certain where the Iowa is going, and then hello island. I was a bit too focused on how his path will be and didn't pay attention, so I crashed myself into the island. Kind of a small brain fart, but nothing that would have consequences, since yeah, nobody's spotting me. So it seems as if the Iowa decided to go, from his perspective, to the right side of the island. So of course I make myself ready to throw torps his way. Neptune smoked up there. I don't like this position at all, and now I have the issue of like getting spotted by the planes. That was of course not the plan here. I hope not to get plane spotted. But of course that happens if you are so close to enemy battleships. So the Iowa, I recently noticed he slows down, so I didn't immediately drop my torps. By the way, the Neptune, it has a bad smoke firing penalty, so I wouldn't go that close. This is just, I mean, he's not shooting. That's at least a smart choice of him. But he was way too close. He should have stayed a bit back. Also, I dropped only one torp launcher yet, and imagine that or I guess that the Neptune is hiding the Iowa, otherwise he wouldn't be spotted. And now I load AP because more alpha damage and start shooting the bow of the Iowa. And yes, you can see you can have quite nice volleys, and it looks also as if I get some torp hits. And yeah, that's basically what it is when it comes down to. And of course, the Monarch is taking the opportunity to take a pot shot on me. Sucks a bit, but nothing I can do. And he hits me second time. Really sucks a bit, but okay. Yeah, that Iowa has had a pretty short life, so we killed him, which is good. And now I make him my way towards the Republic to help out my Lion. And yeah, my team is crumbling somehow. I mean, we are still leading significant in points, and one ship ahead, but they lost quite a lot of ships there at sea, which was not expected. The thing is, I could have YOLO'd this this Iowa for sure, and I think I figured already before that it might become a bit more hard to win this game, so I decided not to do it. I mean, especially like I have only 7k HP, which is not the most, and therefore should be avoided to do such things. Helping now the Neptune to draw the attention towards me, because also the Monarch is looking the other way around, so he was not expecting it, and I throw some preemptive torps without expecting too much hits. But Neptune did a quite good move by capitalizing on Monarch's, how can I say it, lack of awareness. Because you can't sit like this, what the Monarch did, and then shoot a battleship on the other side when you expect someone to come close. I mean, he went apart or away from the island, so he was expecting something, but he had nothing on the other, or he hadn't turned his gun to the other side, so which was quite surprising. Alright, so yeah, now we are one ship down, still leading in points significantly, which is good for us, so that gives me some time. I'm definitely not going to let the enemy win this game. That was my thinking there, and yeah, that's what's going to happen here. I've tried to carry my team to the win, because they dare to throw it again, and that's always a thing. And now I'm quite happy that I didn't went for the damage when it was obvious that we might win. By the way, my prediction that he will turn that the Republic will turn in was right, and I aimed for the right spot to hit him with torps, so I'm also pretty happy about that. The Neptune helped me chunking the Hindenburg down, so I'm loading AP and go for broadside shots. Note the shell speed of the ship, of the guns, is not as good as on other destroyers, but you should be used to it from the lower tier or lower and mid tier destroyers of the British DD line, since they have also kind of lazy arcs and are not really
Victory is in sight.
good on longer distances, especially against maneuvering targets. But I finished off the Hindenburg, which makes kill number 4. So we are coming closer. We're now leading by 1 ship. I don't exactly know why the Neptune went down here alone, because it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, exactly. And then something like this happens. He should have like stayed with me, used me as a spotter, and then capitalized on me spotting for him. And yeah, now I'm only left with a hipper, and I said, tell the hipper, yeah, just run, and so on and so on. And you don't need to go for the cap, but if you look at the points, I think we would have made it without capping if you both stay and or both run and survive. But since he's going in, I can't let him die for no reason if he dies. So the only thing the hipper needs to do is just stay safe from the torpedoes and from the Musashi guns, which is asked quite a lot, but torpedoes passed him already, so he's out of this danger. The Jutland needs at least 1 minute 30 to reload, so he has probably 1 minute time to till the next volley. Yeah, and then there are these, how can I say it, yeah, there was nuisance with the spotter planes from the Hindenburg, so the enemy knows at least that I'm coming. I don't know where the enemy destroyer is. This is a thing that is really important to know normally. And yeah, but can the hipper survive? That's the biggest question. I mean, he just needs to stay safe. Behind the island here, I think he would be covered pretty well. Now I'm spotted. This worries me even more. Not spotted anymore, so I'm popping hydro. So he's either left here. Yeah, it's the only opportunity that he went here or here around this. And now he's spotted. Loading AP. But he's doing the right thing. He's angling in. And if I wouldn't have HE loaded, or IFHE slotted on their ring here, I would have lost this engagement 100%. Going behind the island to break sign of line of sight, sorry, sign of light. With the Musashi, who meanwhile finished off the hipper. So yeah, it's already stressful. So I'm playing this super safe for now. If the Musashi is smart, he's steaming full ahead this way to maybe catch me off guard, or because that's the only way he can win this. I mean, he knows he's behind in points. Time is also not running for him, so he needs to kill me. That's the only choice. So he can't, like, if he goes for A, he doesn't win. He needs to kill. And of course that brings me in a favorable position, but I'm playing it as safe as possible, because if I anticipate if he goes that way, I don't know how good he is, but he had 4 kills, so he might be not the worst player. And but then I see he stopped where he was, and that's, of course, I know at that point that I will win the game for sure. I can turn in easily. I don't have to be worried about too much, I guess. And yeah, can even throw some torps to get some additional damage. That's my goal here. I don't know. Yeah, it seems as if he doesn't have any clue where I am. Plane in the air, but my AA is off. This is good. By the way, AA on the ship is quite garbage, so don't rely on it. You saw it, how many issues I had with the with shooting down the spotter planes from the Hindenburg. Alright, so I don't go immediately into B. I don't want to warn him where the torpedoes might come from. Also, I didn't switch back to my guns, because I don't want to let him know when I throw torpedoes at him. So I'm letting him guess what to do. And only if my torpedoes hit hard, I might eventually think about using my guns. And the torpedoes look good. So now I'm going into the cap. I mean, not that I will cap it. And now he has like, how much HP left? 5k. So I'm opening fire. I see that his guns are pointed in the different way. The secondaries are also too far away, unless he has a crazy secondary spec. I need one fire, smoked up immediately. He's probably turning the guns to get shots on me in the cap. But no, he is dying before. And yeah. My team let me down, kinda. But I was able to turn it around. With the kill of the Jutland, the game was in the bag. I know it at that point, but still. Also, the ending move was ballsy, but I played it with the most safety. So, not going closer, not warning the enemy ship, and so on. So that's really what it comes down to. And call it greediness. Of course, I went for maximizing my damage there, but still, I think I played it safe. I had the smoke available and so on. So you either go behind an island after that, after shooting at the target, or you smoke yourself up. I wouldn't stay in the smoke, that's for sure. I was about to speed up. So if I wouldn't have set fire immediately, I would have smoked up and leave it be and let him live. My only reason for opening up was setting one fire, because that kills him, and yeah, that was the main reasoning behind me securing the 6th kill there. Alright, yeah, 188,000 damage. Kraken, not high caliber, there was a lot more damage to farm, I guess, but wasn't too lucky with all of my torps and so on. But still an okay game, absolutely not. Well, I'll take it, and yeah. Lucky that I could carry my team in the end. I mean, of course, my team didn't, at least at the A side, they didn't play too bad. I don't know still how the Richelieu died there, but he did somehow. I didn't keep track of that, but yeah. 2,660 base XP, also quite acceptable. There were a lot of tier 8s, so and 9s, so not so much XP. If you want to have a 3k XP game, you need to kill a lot of tier 10 ships, I guess. And then you're pretty balanced between AP and HE, but I mean, everybody has to decide for itself, but I think IFHE is way more valuable than RPF, at least in random battles. Could have set more fires, I guess, as well, but was not necessary. Or yeah, not necessary is probably the wrong word, but well, wasn't lucky enough. Also played it safe at some point. Yeah, that's it basically. So for all those who grind the line towards the daring, I mean, the Jutland was already fun, but the daring is I would say they are on the same level for its tier. And Jutland is strong, daring is strong. You can have a lot of fun with it, and definitely a good top tier ship of the line. And as most of the other tier 10s, it's a good tier 10 ship. So absolutely worth grinding. So have fun getting to it, and take it out for a ride. It's absolutely fun to play. Alright, that's it from me for today, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Bye bye.